and you're looking at life in prison.
He's basically a good kid. He doesn't get into trouble.
All right, so you're just procreating.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you understand where babies come from?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and how often were you using marijuana?
I say twice a week.
Nobody uses marijuana twice a week. Find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Wow. That's quite a scenario. It's definitely unusual to see someone behaving that way when facing such serious charges. The contrast between their demeanor in court and their actions outside can be pretty jarring. As for the lawyer's outfit, fashion choices can be quite varied, and not everyone follows the traditional courtroom attire. It sounds like it caught your attention. What specifically about her outfit stood out to you?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Doing well.
And are you Mr. Yarborough?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit felony force. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application, and this will run concurrent with 696,403. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, State? Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, State? Defense? All right, Mr. Yarborough, you entered a plea on August 21st of no contest. I've reviewed stipulations. I'm unsure if it was said on the record, but I believe it was by Judge Angelini. The court is finding that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I believe the PSI speaks for itself. It speaks to the love that his family has for this. I have had many conversations with Mr. Yarborough about him needing to, that you're going to want an explanation for what was he thinking that day, because he's basically a good kid. He doesn't get into trouble. And he's been taking full responsibility for all of his actions. And I think he's a great candidate for adjudication, probation on this, especially when the plaintiff forgives him, doesn't want him, is fine with him getting probation, and kind of wants him back in their lives, although there is no contact with her. She doesn't have a child. She's the grandmother. So he said it's okay if you keep that no contact while he's on the deferment.
All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
D. Donna Yarborough.
All right. So before I begin asking you questions,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to tell you something right here now. Whenever my brothers were late for their curfew that my mom set down, you know what they would always try to tell her? I don't belong in a gang. I haven't committed any crimes. I don't do any drugs. So don't give me that, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because people who are obeying the law shouldn't be doing any of that.
Yes, ma'am.
So how old is your daughter?
She's just turned 3 in July 17th.
All right. So,
Yes, ma'am. I have another one on the way due in November. Next week will be the mother of my child's 8th month.
all right. And is this the mother of the other child as well?
No, ma'am.
All right. So you're just procreating.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And now you understand where babies come from?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you can't support your children, you should not be having a lot of children. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So why were you smoking marijuana?
Coping mechanism.
All right. So it is very bad for a child to come to their grandmother's house smelling like marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you think it's appropriate for your children to smoke marijuana?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
Well, that's what you did with your baby. Because if you're smoking marijuana around them, which obviously you were, because otherwise the baby wouldn't smell like marijuana, the baby's clothes wouldn't smell like marijuana, we would not be here.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that the grandmother loves her grandchild
Yes, ma'am.
and wants what's best for her grandchild.
Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't do anything to hurt her grandchild.
Most definitely. Yes, ma'am.
You've been doing things to hurt your grandchild. To hurt your child. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you diagnosed mentally with anything?
ADHD, but that's all. That's no excuse. No.
No, there is not. You should not be using marijuana.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
court is not going to allow you to use marijuana in this court while you're on probation. It is illegal in Texas to use marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
If I grant your application for deferred adjudication, and if you use marijuana while you're on probation, guess what? A motion to revoke is going to be filed, and you're looking at life in prison.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's up to you to decide whether potentially going to prison for life is worth that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's quite a scenario. It's definitely unusual to see someone behaving that way when facing such serious charges. The contrast between their demeanor in court and their actions outside can be pretty jarring. As for the lawyer's outfit, fashion choices can be quite varied, and not everyone follows the traditional courtroom attire. It sounds like it caught your attention. What specifically about her outfit stood out to you?
So are you employed?
I will be as soon as I get out. That's no problem.
Have you been employed before?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
Warehouse construction, manual labor, irrigation, road work, Amazon warehouse.
All right. And how old are you?
I just turned 26 in July.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I have my high school diploma and I have my associates in St. Philip's College
And what?
art.
And what are you planning on doing with this art degree?
I really want to own my own business, but steps to that, I still have to pick up the knowledge, but
Okay.
more.
So how does, and you know, I think art is great. One of my brothers was great in art and still is great in art. But how does you going to get your art degree translate into, I want to own my own business? Is your art going to be connected to that?
Yes, ma'am. Starting cartoons, drawing magazines, trying to get in the newspaper.
So what
Things like
steps are you going to take to do that?
Owning my own name, business logo, business account. Still learning and picking up the knowledge to do so.
All right. And how often were you using marijuana?
I say twice a week.
Nobody uses marijuana twice a week.
I get drug tested at jobs, so
You figured out when you could get a negative test?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you used anything other than marijuana?
Alcohol, but that's occasionally birthdays, holidays, Thanksgiving.
While you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court will do. Court will sentence you to 10 years, deferred adjudication. I'm going to request parenting classes. And you're very lucky that the grandmother didn't want you to go to prison. So we're going to do parenting classes, 200 hours of community service restitution. If he enrolls or obtains a business certificate so you can better yourself and completes the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. So to satisfy those 200 hours of community service restitution, you can go out and do community service hours, or either you can better yourself. And bettering yourself would mean you take parenting classes and you get a certificate or something that shows me you're taking steps to accomplish in life what you want to accomplish.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you used marijuana?
5 months ago.
All right, so he should be clean. So when he's released, we're going to do a UA. If for some reason when he's released, positive for marijuana, start testing for levels.
And just to let you know, he's set on the DWI tomorrow. I'm not his lawyer on that, but it's a JSAT, so he won't get out today. It'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay. Mr. Yarborough, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record from here on out. Everything you do, there are 2 questions you should ask yourself. 1, is the decision I'm about to make and what I'm about to do, could it potentially result in me going to prison for life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is could, maybe it couldn't, don't do it. That whole thing that you're doing with your job where you know when they're testing you, so you're saying, well, I use marijuana on this day, not on this day, so I can get a negative test. Don't do that here, because it may not catch you the first time, but ultimately it's going to catch you. And then you know what's going to end up happening? Warrant's going to be issued for your arrest. You're either going to make bond or you're not. If you don't make bond, you're going to be at the jail. You're going to be brought over in orange. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And just as a side note, how tall are you?
6'6".
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Do better.
It sounds like this individual has a repeated pattern of behavior, which is definitely concerning when it comes to legal matters. While his current demeanor and business ideas might seem positive, the history of DWI and burglary, along with his past comments, do paint a picture of someone struggling with making responsible choices. The judge's effort to consider his current situation is part of the judicial process, where both past behavior and potential for change are weighed. As for the lawyer's attire, dress codes in courtrooms typically exist to maintain decorum and respect for the proceedings. While the specific style might be subjective, the general expectation is for professional appearance.
Are you Mr. Yarborough?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the same Didini Yarborough who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 8978 for the offense of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit a felony on September 28, 2023 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State.
I violated condition number 1 on or about the 3rd day of November 2023, Brevard County, Texas. Defendant Didini Shaquan Yarborough committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, for moral recognition therapy, bi-weekly reporting, and 90 days of rehabilitation.
Sure.
All right, what is happening with the DWI?
First occurrence on 14th of May. I mean, discovery in that. On point there.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record. All right, what have you done since you've been on probation?
My business is to get on now as a student for check. I'm from the college. I have my student ID, with my TSA, and all I have to do is sign up for class.
Okay. All right, that's good. So here's the thing. There are other things that you need to start working on too, like your parenting class. Like, I'm not, you've already pled true to the DWI, so that means that you were drinking. You're not allowed to drink on probation. I think I tell everybody that, or at least the majority of the people, when they're before me on a specific case. It doesn't matter if you're drinking in your house. It doesn't matter if you're drinking in your backyard. Everybody who's on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. So do you realize by drinking alcohol, you're basically saying, oh, I'm okay with doing life in prison. I'll take this drink of alcohol. Do you understand? You're going to have to grow up and realize can't drink alcohol, can't smoke marijuana, can't do any of this on probation. That's what being on probation is. You don't have same rights and privileges that other people have. You understand? You have a contract with this court. I know you have an agreement with the state. Probation has given me their recommendation, but it's really up to me. So even though they've agreed that you be continued, I could revoke you and send you to prison right now for life. You understand?
It sounds like a frustrating situation. When a clear warning about serious consequences isn't followed through on, it can definitely make a system seem less credible. The individual might not fully understand the seriousness of their actions if the promised consequences aren't enforced. Whether they learned a lesson really depends on what happens next and if they are given appropriate support to change their behavior.
Do not come back here for this nonsense. We're always here in the 187 to help people if they need help with drug or alcohol or whatever, or you have some issues. A phone call probation and we'll see what we can do. But you are not allowed to drink. Do you understand? From here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, could this potentially result in me going to prison for life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. If it's like, I don't know, pick up the phone, call probation. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. Are you employed? All right. Is there any other issue with him other than this alcohol? Don't report. You could go to prison. You understand? So this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding number one true. Court will deny the motion. Court is going to alter and amend conditions to include the following. There's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. There's you to report to probation. One time, probation is one time every 2 weeks, too much for you all. All right, you're going to report to probation one time every 2 weeks for 60 days. If you miss reporting, they're going to file a motion to revoke. Do you understand? Now, the MRT, that's to help you make better decisions. Do you need help on how to make better decisions? All right. If you do, let me know. We'll give you something. All right. So, and the MRT probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right. That's the court's ruling. We can go off the record, make better decisions. Otherwise, you may find yourself at the prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you go to prison, people will ask you, what are you here for? And you're going to say, well, I drank alcohol or I didn't report to probation. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck.
It sounds like you feel very strongly about the court's decision. It's understandable to be frustrated when it feels like serious warnings aren't being taken seriously. The balance between rehabilitation and accountability can be quite complex, and it's understandable to question whether the consequences were appropriate in this situation. It sounds like you believe a stricter approach might have been more effective.